Hey there, welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Welcome to the big show. We're going to play Dead or Alive. Oh, the phone's already full. I guess I can't give out the number again. But this is the easier of our game shows that we have. I'm going to give you 10, usually it's celebrities, and then you have to guess if they're dead or alive. But in honor of the great Super Bowl that happened last night, this is going to be the Super Bowl MVP edition of Dead or Alive. Thank you, Mr. Jovi. Welcome to today's edition of Dead or Alive. Today we're playing for 2 tickets to see Brooks and Dunn. They're going to be at WinStar World Casino and Resort March 21st. For the rest of us, we got to go to winstar.com, but someone's going to get some tickets here. We're going to start with Becky in Arlington. You ready to play Dead or Alive, Becky?
I am.
How familiar are you with Super Bowl MVPs?
I watch football. I know it, but I'm probably not that great.
Well, hey, I appreciate the honest answer. Super Bowl MVP edition of Dead or Alive. Let's start off. The guy was the MVP of the first 2 Super Bowls. His name is Bart Starr. He was the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. Is Bart Starr dead or alive?
He's dead.
Okay. Bart Starr. You're off to a good start. Who said you didn't know? Next one. In Super Bowl III, the MVP was Joe Namath. Is he dead or alive?
He's alive. He
is alive. 81 years old. And then in Super Bowl IV, it was the Chiefs quarterback, not Patrick Mahomes, Len Dawson. Len Dawson, is he dead or alive?
Gee, I'm going to go with alive.
No, Len Dawson left us in 2022. Oh, sorry, okay. Becky. All right, moving on. Grady in Fort Worth, you ready for Dead or Alive?
Yes, sir.
All right, you get to start on a cowboy here. In Super Bowl V, the MVP was Chuck Howley. Is he dead or alive?
I'm going to say dead.
No, Chuck Howley's still with us, 88 years old, sir. Dang it, Grady, you didn't even get one right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Howard in Wiley, yes. You ready for Dead or Alive?
I'm ready.
All right, well, in the next Super Bowl VI, another Cowboys legend was MVP. Nice young man by the name of Roger Staubach. Is he dead or alive?
Alive.
83 years old. You know, that's one of the things that make me nervous. You know, we're doing this show. I'm in Dallas. Roger Staubach could be listening to us right now, Howard. Does that weird you out a little bit?
Whoa.
I know, right? I do the same thing. Like, whoa, don't say anything stupid. Roger Staubach's listening. Don't embarrass yourself. Next one, Super Bowl VII. The MVP was the Dolphins' safety, Jake Scott. Is he dead or alive?
Oh, wow. Dead.
Yep, died in 2020. That was a lucky guess. Super Bowl VIII, it was Dolphins running back Larry Zonka. Is Larry Zonka dead or alive?
He's alive.
78 years old. Yes, sir. And the next one, it was the nasty, putrid, filthy Steelers, and Franco Harris was the MVP. Is he dead or alive?
I think he's still alive.
No, died in 2020. You had a nice little roll going there, Howard. Sorry, sir. All right, we're going on. Brian in Plano, you're next up on Dead or Alive. You ready?
I am.
All right, in the next Super Bowl X, it was the wide receiver Lynn Swann. Is he dead or alive?
Oh, man, he is alive.
Yep, alive, 72 years old. Yes, sir. I had forgotten all about this guy. I mean, I've heard the name before, but Fred Biletnikoff, he was a wide receiver for the Raiders in Super Bowl XI. For some reason, he was the MVP. I missed that game because I was 1. Is Fred Biletnikoff dead or alive?
I am going to go with dead.
No, 81 years old, sir. Sorry about that. So the big winner is going to be Billy in Lake Highland. Are you dead or alive?
Dude, I am alive as you can be. And a cowboy.
Okay, well, that helps. Are you a Brooks and Dunn fan, Billy?
Neon Moon, baby, of course.
Okay, well, then I'm going to put you on hold. You're going to get the tickets. I'm starting to like when this happens. Because it's not that Billy doesn't deserve it. He didn't even get one right. It's that, well, if the previous guy wanted to win the tickets, he should have gotten Fred Biletnikoff right. I think that's what it comes down to. And it may not be pretty. It may not be, cosmic justice or whatever, but rules are rules, damn it. And we run a tight ship here on the James Show. So, Billy, Garrett's going to get you information. We'll send you ticket or information to... Hey there, welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Dude, I'm working on something. I might be able to do it tomorrow. It maybe more like Wednesday or Thursday. But there's been this thing, this just totally astroturf trend on Twitter/X and TikTok that's been busted, where these people make videos where they talk about how they regret voting for Trump. You know, they're just like, I was just worried about the price of eggs, but I didn't know he was going to go after, starving children in third world countries. And they dox the people, and it finds out that they're just lefties pretending. It's the weird performative behavior that social media has allowed. I find just totally fascinating what the human being is doing with the ability, the attention seekers. It's not all of us. It's not all of our Team Blue friends. It's maybe 1% of them, if that. It's a weird new sociopathy that we just haven't quite grasped yet. But look for that. Also, coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to play Dead or Alive for a chance to win tickets to see Brooks and Dunn. They're going to be at WinStar World Casino March 21st. So if you want to go ahead and get on the phone for that and you got 15 minutes to sit around, you can call in 800-288-9227, 800-288-9227. In the next segment, when we do Dead or Alive, it will be the Super Bowl MVP edition. I'm taking the first 10 Super Bowl MVPs, and you got to tell me if they're dead or alive. It's from Super Bowl 1 through 11 because Bart Starr won it the first 2 years. So don't Google it. Don't cheat. But if you want to go ahead and call in, try and win some Brooks and Dunn tickets, 800-288-9227. The other thing we got going on is Brian Kilmeade's coming to town. He's going to be doing a station event with KLIF, our sister station, February 26th, 6 p.m., Community Beer. You can check out more info on that, KLIF.com. Well, Trump's been in office for a couple weeks now. It's about time he gets impeached. Al Green, a representative from the Houston area, is moving forward, trying to make some progress with his articles of impeachment. I don't expect him to go anywhere, but he gets to make some speeches, and the news gets to cover it, and they get to say weird adjectives, or I guess it'd be adverbs like dastardly. Is that
I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done. I also rise to say that the impeachment movement is going to be a grass-up movement.
Grass up.
Not a top-down. The people have got to move forward. The people have to demand it. And when the people demand it, it will be done. I did it before. I laid the foundation for impeachment.
How'd that work?
And it was done. Nobody knows more about it than I. And I know that it's time for us to lay the foundation again. On some issues, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all. On this issue, I stand alone, but I stand for justice.
For what? For dastardly deeds? Why give it? Why let Al Green do that? Like, Democrats, that's not a good look. You got a guy, and looks aren't important. It doesn't mean he's a bad person. But he looks like if Teen Wolf is now 65 and still dyes their beard, because he lets the beard go like all the way up, and his, like when it gets almost to your eyeballs, you should probably like do a little grooming. I know that doesn't matter, but it just looks weird because now he's going out and he's saying things like dastardly deeds. Like dastardly deeds. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What does dastardly deeds even mean? So you go look it up. Dastardly can be used as both an adjective and an adverb to quell that, sub-debate. But here, Merriam-Webster says the first definition of dastardly is cowardly. So cowardly deeds, is that even illegal? Being a coward? That's not an impeachable offense, being cowardly. The second definition says characterized by underhandedness or treachery. So dastardly deeds is underhandedness, treacherous deeds. See, that's not a very fulfilling definition, because in the Constitution, Section 4, Article 2, Section 4, where it says, gives the power for Congress to do impeachments, it says the president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Well, what's the treason? What's the bribery? What's the high crimes and misdemeanors? I don't think we have any of that. And he didn't even say anything specific. He just dastardly deeds. That's what you got? You're gonna waste your first impeachment attempt on you don't even have like a Ukrainian phone call. You don't even have like a made up insurrection that you can hyperventilate about. Just dastardly deeds, huh? Boy, they're gonna cruise right through 2025. That I don't think that's stopping anybody, sir. All right, coming up next, we're gonna play Dead or Alive for a chance to win Brooks and Dunn tickets. And if you can't get on the phone, just play along in your car because it's going to be the Super Bowl MVP edition of Dead or Alive next on The James Show. I'm James Parker. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Hey there, welcome to The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. If you want to jump in on the big show, 800-288-9227, 800-288-9227. Stick around. If you have to leave, like if you have to go in the store, gas station, or whatever, be sure to come back because we're going to talk to Jimmy Fallon from Fox News coming up at 4:05. He's got the weekend show, and he also has a syndicated radio show that's on our sister station, KLIF. So we'll catch up with a big Fox News star. We're playing Dead or Alive at 4:30-ish for 2 tickets to see Brooks and Dunn. And seeing as how yesterday was a Super Bowl, today's edition, it's going to be the first 10 Super Bowl MVPs. Are they dead or alive? You don't even remember all the names, but that's for tickets to see Brooks and Dunn coming up in about an hour or so from now. And also, we are having Brian Kilmeade come to town February 26th if you want to meet him. He's from Fox and Friends. He also has a Fox show and a syndicated morning show that happens to be on our sister station, KLIF 570. If you want to go to that, it'll be at Community Beer. There's more information at klif.com, but really all you need to know, Community Beer, 35 in Commonwealth, just a few miles north from where I'm talking here, next to the American Airlines Center. And he'll be there from 6 until, I hate to say just 6 to 8, because he actually hung out for a good hour or so and just had some beers and was chatting with random people last time. So I'll be there. I think Sybil and Clayton from the KLIF morning show will be there. We're going to try and lean on Garrett to get there. Oh, actually, I do have an announcement about that. I think Miss Parker's going to be there.
Hi, Miss Parker.
So you people who always ask where she's at, this is your chance. See what Jessica Rabbit looks like if she wasn't a cartoon. All right, my next guest is going to help clean up some news that has me concerned about one of my favorite restaurants of all time. I'm talking about McDonald's. Welcome back, Nick Neonakis, franchise expert over here. Look,
Hey, James.
I'm a big fan of the Golden Arches. Are they in trouble?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Missed earnings. They're not in trouble, but they didn't hit their revenue target because the food is so expensive. People aren't eating out as much as they used to. You covered this a couple of months back, I remember. You nailed it back then, and look what's happening.
Yeah, so I think there's one combo meal left on the menu at the one that's next to the station here that doesn't go over $10 after taxes and everything. So yeah, they've actually done quite a price hike over there over the last couple of years, and they're still missing their revenue.
They are, man. Do you remember when you could get 2 hash browns for $1 on the breakfast menu? And now it's like $2.29 to $3 across the country. So what happened is their revenue came in. It was $6.39 billion in the last quarter. Wall Street was expecting $6.44 billion. That's out of about 40,000 locations worldwide. They hit their earnings, which is why the stock went up today. But the reality is, if you are not selling more food and you are doing stuff to create efficiencies to squeeze more out of each dollar, or you're charging more per customer to get those earnings up, that's not a long-term sustainable business model.
Well, are they sweating bullets because RFK is coming after them? Are they going to have to adopt beef tallow or something?
I don't know, man, but whatever RFK does, Trump loves his McDonald's, so I think they're going to be okay on that front. But it points to the rise in costs, right? This has been a theme that's been going on for years, and at some point, you can't squeeze so many efficiencies out of every dollar. You can't charge people $20 for a Happy Meal. They're going to stop coming, and that's what we're seeing going on right now.
Well, I've noticed the price hikes have gotten so high that it sort of takes the gap out of if you go to a restaurant and sit down and get waited on. It's not really that much more expensive than doing the drive-through these days, especially the cheaper ones, like if they have a pizza buffet or something to that effect. So it doesn't really stop me from buying more food. It just kind of pushes me into buying better food.
That's what's been happening in franchising in the QSR segment, quick serve restaurants, where, sometimes they're local chains. In Dallas, you've got Phoenix, a great restaurant chain. And you're seeing that all around the country. So people are always going to eat out. The efficiency, the convenience of eating out is always going to be there. But then you start deciding, where am I going to drop my 20? At McDonald's or something maybe a little bit better?
Well, I almost kind of said the beef tallow thing as a joke, but I did see news that Steak and Shake has announced that they are adopting beef tallow. They're going to do their fries in 100% beef tallow by the end of this month. So people are already making some changes and stuff that I just thought was, some good social media recommendations a few months ago. Now corporations are adopting it. Is this going to catch on?
It's definitely something that we're keeping an eye on, and, maybe we can report back on what the adaptation is of, non-traditional, or I guess it would be traditional types of fats going back to the way it was.
Yeah, we're re-traditionalizing our fats, I think is what we're doing there. Is there a word for that, Nick?
I don't know, but I think we're going to coin one.
Right, re-traditional.
Back to the future. How about back to the futurizing?
We'll work on that for the next appearance. And I'm interested, would you call that a QSR, quick serve restaurant? What are like the different classifications of restaurants? Because I know that there's like slight gradations as you go up the scale. I just don't know what they're called, and I bet you they have a cute name. Yeah,
so you've got fast food, McDonald's, Burger King,
Jack
Arby's, and so on.
Okay.
Right? Then you've got quick serve restaurants, QSRs. The big ones would be like Chipotle, Moe's, Mahana Fresh.
So you have to get out of your car.
Like
you that's the next level. There's not a drive-through. You probably have to get out of your car.
Typically, yes. And then you've got your regular sit-downs, right? Morton's and so forth.
Okay. Well, that's good stuff. Thank you very much, Nick Neonakis. Where do we find your work outside of the James Show?
James, we are going to be coming to Dallas on March 15th and 16th to the Irving Convention Center with the Great American Franchise Expo. Mayor Rick Stopfer is going to be cutting the ribbon, and tickets are $29 at the door. But for all your listeners, because we love what you do, if they text to 26786, the word franchise. That's 26786, the word franchise. We will send them a free ticket. There are hundreds of companies coming from all around the country to Dallas to be a part of the amazing renaissance in the business category in Dallas and all of Texas. We'd love to have you come down as well, but all of your listeners can get a free ticket instead of spending $29 at the door. Just text franchise to 26786 and we will hook them up on your behalf.
Is this for people who are looking to get into being a franchisee, or people who are already in the business and they're just looking for, tips and tricks?
It's both. So there are companies coming that are looking for franchisees. So if somebody wants to buy a franchise, you can see hundreds of them. Or if you have a business and maybe you are going to be the next McDonald's or Great American Franchise, you can come down. There's seminars, experts, funding, banks, lawyers, everything you need in a weekend to either buy a business, grow your business, or franchise your business.
Will there be beef tallow? I'm kidding. You don't think for that. Nick Neonakis, thanks for being on the James Show again. Appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, James. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, I think that's how I delineate how nice my restaurants are. Do you have to get out of your car? Is the first question. Do you have to get out? Is there going to be a bag involved? Do they hand you your food in already something made of paper? 800-288-9227. 800-288-9227. Coming up next, Doge is unveiling some pretty nasty, wasteful spending. Some of this you probably already suspected. I'll break it down for you next on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.